Is it irresponsible to allow the same thing to happen over and over again and expect a different result without any interference?
Is it irresponsible?
Or is it insane?
They're credited with saving thousands of lives, mainly young, mainly male, new drivers.
You drive past these memorials on the side of the road and you just think, God, what an awful tragedy, but you never think it's going to be you.
So why is the UK government refusing to consider graduated driving licences?
Come out to some of our fatals and find out why, there's 3,000 pounds of steel wrapped around this person, and yet there was never any standard applied to them.
From success in Canada to growing anger in the UK, are tougher licences the answer to cutting deaths on Britain's roads?
Since that moment, my life's been changed, and it was an uncomprehendable feeling. And I just remember getting home and getting to the front door, and my mum was just on the floor crying, and it was just such an awful, awful thing to experience.
Mia's brother Elliot was just 17 when he was killed. The car he was in with friends crashed into a tree at 100 miles per hour in Oxfordshire. As the government works on a major new road safety plan, she simply can't understand why they're not considering graduated driving licences.
I think they're making a very irresponsible decision. How can you not think they're the most important thing right now in the road safety laws? Because, people keep dying. These stories, you keep seeing them on the news. Young person's been killed, or another young person's killed someone else because they're not experienced enough to drive.
Graduated driving licences, or GDLs as they're known, put restrictions on new drivers, and the impact is significant. Highway 401 in Toronto, Canada. It is one of the busiest roads in the world, and one that new drivers here are banned from. Ontario has led the way in North America in developing tough driving laws.
It takes nearly 2 years to get a full driving licence here, and in that time there's no hitting the road between midnight and 5 in the morning, no driving with a car full of your mates, and all of those things have seen the number of deaths and injuries fall.
I have never driven a car, and I don't know how to even start a car.
This is Bapreet's first time behind the wheel.
Look way down, look way down. Yeah, a little bit of gas, a little bit of gas.
She's setting off on a learning journey that'll take at least 20 months, with freedoms being earned in stages.
In the UK, you can do a course in 1 week and then take your test.
Wow.
What do you think about that?
Not everything is about freedom. You have to consider others as well. It's not just you driving, right? So there's other people on the road who you have to make feel safe.
At any one time, young drivers of Canada have 10,000 students learning. Maria helped introduce graduated driving licences to Ontario in the early 90s.
It could be a passenger restriction, it could be a time of day restriction, it could be a blood alcohol or a drug concentration restriction. But basically the idea is not to take someone who is newly licensed and say, here, go forth into this crazy mad driving world and just let them, do or die, right? Because more often it's the die.
In the last 5 years, the number of 16 to 19-year-olds who've died on the roads here has fallen by 83%.
The data speaks for itself here, right? I would say, look at what we've done. We've got we've got 16 to 18 lane freeways here in the province of Ontario. We want to prevent as many accidents as possible. So truly I see it more as a way to ensure the safety of everyone.
It's not just Canada that has tougher licensing laws. Australia, New Zealand and other places use it as well. But one of the questions we had is how on earth do police enforce it if a new driver breaks the rules?
You have the full light package, you have the full siren package, you have radio communications to use as well. It's got a printer when you write tickets that prints right out the back with special paper that's put in there. So really, it's a mobile office.
Superintendent Matt Moyer leads Canada's largest road safety unit here in Toronto. He admits policing new, young drivers comes with its challenges.
You need an in. We can't just arbitrarily stop people because we think, or we have suspicion of. We have to believe that an offense has been created. We have to be realistic and manage the expectations of the community. I don't have enough people to pull over everybody who looks like they're young and behind the driver's seat, at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't have that.
But he's in no doubt that the system here works.
Focus on the benefits. Focus on the fact that it not just saves lives, holds people accountable, but it's an extension of the values that we want our young people to have. I understand that there's some people who might believe that it's an infringement upon their rights to actually introduce laws. These aren't laws, they're standards. And the more people that will accept that and abide by that, you've just made a major contribution to public safety in Britain.
What age group do we reckon are most likely to be involved in road traffic collisions?
Back in the UK and at Elliott's old college, pupils are being taught about road safety. They are keen to get the freedom of a driving licence, but have mixed feelings about restrictions.
Obviously when it starts off it's good, because start off you might be a bit nervous and stuff, and your friends might make you do bad decisions, or you might have to impress your friends driving quicker to make yourself look good. If you're by yourself, you know you're going to follow the rules.
I think it's a bad idea, because that's just going to make people want to break the rules even more.
I think there's pros and cons. I think it should be experience restricted, not age restricted.
I do think that is a good idea, definitely, because it will prevent I'm sure it'll prevent a lot of accidents, and, because there's no need to show off to anyone or anything.
The government says it is not considering GDLs. It believes they unfairly penalise young drivers. It's looking at other options to tackle the issue. It's an opinion that frustrates Mia.
Do you think if graduated driving licences had been in place, your brother might still be here?
Absolutely, he would, yes. It makes me feel really angry and really quite disappointed and let down by our government, because he would still be here, and so would hundreds of other people's sons and daughters, and it's completely changed my whole life, and I see how hurt my parents are by it, and I just need it to stop.
Her loss and the fact that lives are being saved in places like Canada is why Mia and other campaigners are urging the government to change its mind. Dan Whitehead, Sky News,